Hi! Good day. Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a yoke. I'm an empath, and every day I like to do these little talks about how I've been collecting some data. I didn't like how that went. That was a bummer. I didn't want that to happen. I like that song. My cat's all fist fidgety. I got a little flip of him. I'll post up on Instagram. He's kicking my pants I wore. I think he's picking. Those are the pants I wore to the VA doctor yesterday. He ain't happy with them. There's something on them you don't like, and I didn't have such a good time. Honestly, it didn't work out. I didn't get the letter I needed, and it's so weird. But I'm okay with it because I know that everything happens for a reason. I know, and I believe in divine timing and divine order, and it was all in all, there's a new gal that's watched my she watched one of my videos when I was back in my appointment, Nicole. Yeah, when I introduced myself, I was like, I've never met a Nicole that was just a bitch. They just don't exist, and these are part of the things that I like to teach people is that, we collect data, we're always taking in information and processing things about what's good for us or what isn't, and depending on our psychology, we keep the things that are good for us, or we keep the things that are bad for us and push away that are good for us, depending on our frame of reference. And just meeting her, I got to think of a couple of Nicoles that I've gotten to know before that have been significant in my life, and we just all connected there for a second, like me and all the Nicoles I've ever known as a sum total right there, and she may not have looked like them or anything, but it's that same vibration, it's like that same vibration. I'm a Marge, I got Pee Wee Herman when I was in high school. Tom Marge sent ya, blah, 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 and or Marge Simpson, but they're not like evil entities, But I never made it to Sarge. I thought it would I only made it to A1C because of my weight program stuff, but that's a different story. But I never made it to Sarge Marge. That's the only aspiration for that. Besides that, I didn't care about rank. I don't test. I don't take tests. I don't like to test. Tests. Because I just lose everything. I can tell you what I know. Luna, stop. Go lay down. She's gonna get fist busy and want to do my video. So yeah, I didn't get the letter, and it's like, and it reminded me like these people that fight. Like when my parents fought, they didn't fight because they were to the best interest of us kids. No, they fought because they hated each other and they wanted to make each other's lives miserable. So that's how I learned what that vibration is. And then I grew up, and you see all these systems that fight, and they don't fight for what they're saying that they're fighting for. They fight because they just don't want each other to win. You see it in politicians, you see it in local government, you see it everywhere. It's just people want to fight, and they don't forget, and they're fighting against themselves because we are just all the same, different aspects of the same freaking mirror. Like, because mirrors are made up of sand, sand on the beach. That's what a mirror is made of. So we're just, each little granule of sand make up a mirror, and we're just all reflecting each other, and people aren't cool with what they're seeing. Yeah. Luna, Artie, lay down. So, now I'm on. Now, and the thing is just like, I can get to where I need to be now, but the stress of the people that can't, like, I had to go up to West Lynn. That's 40 miles from here to go to a doctor. Stop! And now next week, I was able to get the CT scan scheduled right then, but another trip back up to Portland, it's another hour there, an hour back. Hopefully I can just bring Loretta with me. Maybe she'll go with me. Stop! So, they're getting all fired up. I want to finish this before I get them outside. So, You know, but from what I understand, I think I'm gonna hit it off with the doctor there. So, and it's a woman always. But you know, but when I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this is all I need. This is all they want is a letter. It says, you know, and the lady was like, the girl, the doctor, she's not. I don't even think I don't even know PAs, because people can tell you do that stuff without being a doctor. They're physicians, assistants, whatnot. So she's eyeing with her boss, and she's like, "I'm not right. We don't do this. You know, it's not in our job description." And I was like, "Oh." I'm like, okay. And that's when I was just like, let's get through the rest of this appointment and I'll go home. Because when people say things like, it's not in my job, people have free will. We can help people if we want. Tiny people hide behind their six-figure incomes and their job description. I've seen it my whole life. You know, but if it's somebody that they like, or you know, they feel a kind of way about it, that there's always ways there's always loopholes and ways. I've seen it happen because I've had people help me like that. Because when people want to help you, they will freaking do anything to help you. So when people, you know, so it just automatically tells me, oh, she's just a puppet on a string. So all right, now I respect Lost. Now I'll go up and do my appointments and, you know, do my due diligence, but you are just another bureaucratic cog that is holding up helping people, you know? Anyway, enough of that. I was listening to an interview with Wendell Stevens. Mom's coming in, you know. She comes in, she hangs out, we talk, you know, we run around ideas, and I was listening to this, and it was an interview with Dolores Cannon, and he was talking about interviews, because he was he's affiliated with the Air Force, and there's always been aliens that have been abducted and have been given interviews in their accounts. There's always been going on. It's just the government doesn't want you to know, because if you know that aliens exist and that we are our own gods and our own ultimate beings, then we really are probably going to fight back and resist on paying things like taxes, and for, you know, cities to pay lines on the street and nonsense bullshit like that. Once we find out, you know, once the ISBs start recalling who they really are, you know. Anyway, so this guy, Wendell Stevens, he was doing his interview account, and he was like talking about how and this is a common thread when you hear different interviews with people from beings from outer space, is that the controls, and I've talked about this in other videos too, are done by energy and and that's with cooperation. Well, me and Mom, we can knock a lighter. I get it from my mom. I can knock a lighter off your hand. I could do this to you, you know. It's cooperation. It's, you know, I am not a threat to you. You're not a threat to me. Let's see what we can do together. You know, let's have some fun. That's what that is. Cooperation is nature's way. That's why they always say energy controls the ship. You know, you become the ship. And I was like, well, maybe, Mom, that's why more people are seeing more ships in the sky, because their energy is activating to who and what they are, and bigger belief systems. Even if they're not like completely solid in faith and knowing that, you know, this exists, at least they're on a trajectory to open their mind to something more than that freaking weird blue and red bird / you know, elephant / donkey animal that society has created to just, you know, suck up all your resources so they can play and build freaking murder machines on your dime, you know, while you struggle. It's just weird. Anyway, so it seems to me, yeah, because everybody's DNA is waking up, you know, and people can change, you know. People that used to be resistors and controllers, like the people related to the Columbuses that came over and took from my ancestors and started all this mess and all that stuff, all those storylines of control and taking and manipulation, you know, all that's coming down because America's having its Pluto return right now. And that hasn't happened since 1976. You know, all this back 1770. So all that, you know, all the push. Because I was even talking to the girl yesterday. I'm like, this isn't what they wanted. This is what our forefathers wanted. Some people got really greedy and controlling and weird. So, that was just a neat little thing. And then I was like, you know, as far as all these videos, because I'm seeing like it's like a new wave. It's like people have woken up and then they're starting their YouTube videos. And it happens every time YouTube does an update. You know, whenever YouTube has an outage, they're freaking just updating stuff or rolling back stuff or something, bro. It's not on an accident, you know? I don't believe it's on accident. I was in IT for too long, I know. So, at this point, you know, as far as gurus and teachers and, you know, all that kind of stuff, it's all who you can stand to look at. Really? Because, like, I like astrologers a lot, so I listen to a lot of astrologers, and you know, and some of them I'm just like, I can't even listen to what they say based on how they look. So I can understand why people don't watch my videos based on how I look, because it's something in my Akashic records, and I'm just like, you know, and some people I'll try just to test it and be like, their voice is like, either they're like Hogwarts kindergarten or their voice is like, you know, something tells me that, you know, I'll continue getting little tells to verify that we're not in alignment, you know, when I could have just listened to myself and skipped it, right? But I just hate to see that anybody miss anything, you know, good that I might say just because how I look, but people don't judge people by looks, right? Right. Okay, so hi vibes. Oh, so I was listening to the ISB talk again, and they were talking about, you know, the people that are incarnated here on Earth, and they're the high vibes of the uncompliant free thinkers, and I'm one of those. And the artists and all those wonderful creators, because that's all we are to do, is we're just supposed to create. We're not supposed to be a part of industrial war complexes or industrial sports complexes, you know, all these complexes, or these medical sports or medical complex, all these built to money and power and all that. They got the wrong kind of power, man. It's all supposed to be, we're supposed to be freaking coming up with new kinds of vegetables and varieties of fruit and, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, not freaking trying to recreate animals that lived millions of years ago. That never bodes well, you know, because cooperation is nature's way. It's not taking and controlling. You guys got it all wrong. So, and then we have all the freaking psychopaths and the perverts and the Satanists, weirdo lizard loving, you know, whatever, all that kind of stuff, all that low vibrational stuff. They're all here too. So we're having this divide, this conflict of good and evil, and only we're going to get out of it ourselves. So only a person can degrade themselves, you know. It's how freedom is won, by just being the best person you can be and not succumbing to the freaking greed and all that low vibrational stuff, hate, jealousy, gluttony, all that stuff. Just keep it clear from that, and then we'll be alright. But conflict, moral, ethical codes. I think I'm going to end up on there, because I went from 7 minutes and looked down and it's 13 and a half, and that's a little long for me. So I hope you have a rad day. Peace out.